I suppose you mentioned him a minute ago. Xabi Alonso going to Real Madrid. Trent Alexander-Arnold is also going to Real Madrid. He's a rat. Is the simplest words I'd say about it. He obviously got booed on the weekend. I am Team Boo, honestly. I sit there and think, fuck him. You know, like, to me, in my mind, when a player leaves your club, unless they've left, you know, in good circumstances, which is very rare, normally, you know, actually at the end of their career, and gone to another club and you play them, most of the time they get booed. Most of the time they get a bad reception. In my mind, Trent's already left the club. In his mind, he's left the club. The league is done. Everything's done. I don't want to see him on the pitch again for Liverpool, personally. I don't see why he needs to be on the pitch again. He can sit on the bus if he wants to do the trophy celebrations and stuff. Come on for that, that's fine. He has been part of a title-winning side. But as a player, I would rather see Conor Bradley get every minute ahead of Trent Alexander-Arnold now. I get why some people are like, why are you booing him? But at the same time, there's only one way I can describe it, and it's you got to think about a player for your club that is your academy product going when your club is winning and moving on. You know, you go back to Man U, for example, back in the day. Imagine if Rooney, when Man U had won multiple times in a row, I know he was Everton, but Rooney had gone off to Real Madrid. Yeah. Look, Ronaldo goes different because it's Ronaldo, and he was always going to do that. But someone like Rooney or Scholes or something like that, you know, people that are born and bred through Chelsea. Imagine if Lampard had gone to Real Madrid. How would you have felt if he announced it as well? He announced it and then he was playing on the pitch the next day. Well, not the next day, but you know what I mean, a couple of days later. I think it's very easy for people from an outside perspective to go, why are you booing him? Has he not done enough for you? Yeah, look. Yeah, he won stuff as part of a team, but he's now leaving that team. So, for me, the simple words I would say is, fuck Trent. What about you, Ben?
I have a 50-50 feeling with it. I get why Liverpool fans boo him, I do. But I also think for what he's done for the club, and I don't know whether that's just me, again, looking from an outside perspective, it might be. But I think winning that calibre of player, coming through your ranks, being a big part of the Champions League, you know, being the reason you realistically got there with the corner taken quickly, winning Prems, you know, with Robertson, him and both putting up insane numbers as a fullback. I get the whole thing. I think maybe Liverpool fans, it's more about maybe did he leave for free? Like, for me in a way.
I think
from when I look at it, I think a local lad he's a like 100 mil player. So it is like losing that type of caliber of player. If he left for 100 mil, he went to Madrid, I think there wouldn't be as much fuss about it, in my opinion. From what
I can't speak for all Liverpool fans, and every Liverpool fan has a different opinion, it almost feels. For me, the money has never been a part of the issue. And the reason that is because, and this actually applies to me in everything in a football sense, it doesn't come out of my pocket, and it doesn't add money to my pocket. So when Liverpool signed Darwin Núñez for 75 million, or 85 million, fine. Right, you can take the mick out of it. Has it cost me anything? No.
No.
When Trent goes for free, have I been robbed by Real Madrid? No. And also, let's not forget, you know, right, they offered a joke of 20 million at January. You know, for all we know, there might have been a backdoor offer for 50 million at the start of the season. You know, these things don't come out for a long time sometimes. And look, him going for free means very little, especially when he costs nothing. But even if he had cost 100 million, that's like Man City fans getting annoyed at De Bruyne leaving for free. It just doesn't make sense to me because it's not affecting your bank account. So it's not to do with that. For me, it is entirely about Liverpool's position as a club right now. Sitting there and being, you know, not the best in Europe, but one of the best in Europe for sure across the season. We probably were at one point the best in Europe. Bit of a drop off. to the later part of the season. And he's walked away from that to go and play for a direct rival, you know. They may not be a Premier League rival, but they are a rival in Europe. You know, if you go, who's going to win the Champions League? The teams you're going to chuck into the hat next season will be Real Madrid, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, PSG, Barcelona, as you always do. So they're a direct rival, and that's what he's gone to join. His reasons for joining, I think, are poor. I want to challenge myself and have a new chapter. Boring, so generic. Ballon d'Or one is even worse because, I mean, I've said my Ballon d'Or reasons before. He will never win a Ballon d'Or ahead of Bellingham. It won't happen.
Do you know the way that I think he could have handled this so much better is just to announce it at the end of the season?
Yeah,
and then
I
announce
personally
it with
would
your
have.
Madrid transfers.
I personally would have done it at the end of the season, or much earlier. I understand his reason for not doing it earlier, in terms of the Real Madrid bit, but he could have announced, "Look, I'm going to move on at the end of the season." Not said where he's going, and everyone would have then known. All right, well, no matter what, he's moving on. He'll go wherever he goes. It will probably be Real Madrid, but he hasn't gone and said, "I want to captain Liverpool," and all my contracts have been done in the background, and this one will be the same.
Yeah.
You know, he wouldn't have said all them things if he just said that this is going to be my last season. You know, all right, fine. It's not like he's going somewhere else. He's picked somewhere else to go straight away. You've also got more time for that to settle in. And then, okay, sure, with 2 months to go, or now, even if it had come through now, if we had known for a year since the start of the season, it would be his last season, or even since Christmas, it would be his last season. People wouldn't be upset now at the fact that he's going to Real Madrid because they would have half expected it and known because he said he's moving on. Your only question would have been, is he going to go Madrid, Bayern, PSG, Barcelona? That's the questions that there would have been, rather than, you know, he's going to Madrid.